olden days, and still today, imu or umu, right? Nowadays you can use the oven. Some people use the microwave. Steam, mostly steam, but I use a pressure cooker, which is kind of a little bit faster. Yeah. So, so what is I cooked it a couple hours ago. This is a variety called moi. Ironically, it's the same one that I will show you, but this is not tropical. Yeah. So we get like what we call the first clean is you take off. I cook it with the skin on, and it just comes off. Yeah. So. So you put them in. Normally it's really hot, but you know, not that hot now. It'll just come off. Yeah. Okay. So we don't waste anything. We're not going to eat this, but we're going to give this back to the color. Yeah. Nothing is wasted. Okay. I think we gotta have another workshop. Yeah, where we all can. Yeah. So you go bother the boss about that. Okay, so you have like that. Then in the olden days, they used to use, and they still do actually use opihi shells. Very sharp, right? Some people get their spoons and they cut a crescent out and they make. Me personally, because I'm half Japanese, I like my samurai knife. So I have a small paring knife, and that's what I use. Okay, so you just wanna do is you're gonna start cleaning off all the imperfections like root follicles. Rot, and then you kind of just want to sample through there. But now people say like, man, you're wasting all of that scraping off. When you hand pound towel, I'll show you. Just normally it's pretty clean. You do the first clean, take off the skin. The second clean, you take off all the imperfections. The third one, everybody's different. You can scrape, and you want to scrape down to the starch that's in the middle. So all of this stuff, you normally don't put it in the water. You put it in a separate container, and you can use it. We call it koina. Koina. It's like your natural corn starch thickening to thicken your stew. Yeah. With luau. Or you can just put it together, pat it, from it, use it in butter, right? Or just eat it. So that's what I'm doing. And the other thing you know is as I scrape, it's gonna get more grayish white. Yeah, I'm taking off that color. That inner layer of the skin right inside is kind of, you can say, it's your food coloring, yeah, of the foil or color for that matter. So I'm just gonna cut this in half just to show you. Right? So when you see the white, that's what you want to see in your color. Even though it might be purple or other color, you want to see that white. That is the starch. Yeah. That's the main, this is the main stage of starch that we have, right? And when you hand pound, that's what you want. You don't necessarily want this part that is kind of gelatin looking. That's like overripe. That's something that you wouldn't pound. Because it's kind of tricky to get the lumps out. Now, let me just one disclaimer about lump. Some people grew up with lump before. I don't have a problem with that. But in general, you want to try and make the best smoother. But that really is determined by a color too. It's like your job as a guide. You can have some challenging customers, right? Similar to that. Anyway, we won't move past that. Okay, so this is the pop-up, the board. Some will come very deep like that, some will be shallow. And normally it's kind of perfect, but it is depending on how much you're going to hold. Okay, this is the pohaku. This is a wooden one. Yes, Hawaiians did pound with wooden pohaku, but they were normally a heavier dense wood, maybe like a wheel or something like that. Yeah, very heavy. But most was pohaku, yeah? Stone, rock. A little bit, okay? The pohaku has 4 parts. On the top you have the pohel. Can everybody say that? Pohel. Okay, the neck or grip area is called the kuau. Kuau. Come on, you guys give me 10 tested tomorrow by your boss. Okay, wow.
Wow.
This edge part is called the cut-in. Same like the hollow leaf edge is cut-in. The bottom is the mole. Okay? Now, you're gonna, there's a little baby one here, because when we do presentations, we have little babies that, they like go too, but the mom just end up eating the foot. Like that. Okay? Different shape. This one is more rounded. Okay? I'm gonna show you real quick, but I know our time is nearing. So you just don't go all wild. Right? You gotta control that tono. Control. You use the cut-in to just break it down. You just go easy, just like that. Okay. You get another one? Put them in there. Always be cautious. Don't smash your fingers. They don't taste good. Like that. Okay? Like that. Once you get it, you too, eh? Once you get it broken down into pieces, then you use the cut and the mold at the same time. Just like a rocky motion, yeah? Just easy, no wild. Everything is easy. You don't want to hear this. You want to, right? You want to mash the column, not the board. The reason why I say easy is because look at this village. We have hungry people, right? You gotta warm up your carpal tunnel before it gets wild. You know, like bust them all one time and then you have very, very anxious, hungry people that mad because you cannot find the board. Okay? Just like that. Just go easy. You just gotta speak nicely to it, you know? Like, hey, like that. Nice. Hey, wait. I need a volunteer. I need either our boss, Jimmy, or the boss is going to choose somebody to come on the other side and help us. What's Jimmy? Quick. Make sure you stay clean. Wash your hands. Look back. Quick. Yeah, you know this now. I never add any water. You gotta, it's kind of sticky. You want to add water? I'm not going to add any water yet. Now, the key to making, now this is not a rule, but the key to making good poi, and everybody is different, is controlling the amount of water to add and how much in the stage. It's not good to add the water right now. We're not going to add any water yet. Basically, you want to try and smash it as smooth as you can before you add the water. Okay?
No.
But we might just skip a year or two and add the water to that. And the reason why is because you add water when it's still at the lumps will stay there. Yeah, and the goal is to make it as smooth as you can. Hey, the baby one. No. You can use this one. Wait. So, you remember what I was doing? You do exactly that. Copy that. Right? Hey, real quick. I know you guys watching her, but watch. When you go start adding the water, we don't go like this, yeah? Just put your hand, but you shake off the excess, yeah? And then that's all. Just like that. Then you add and you see it'll start changing. Don't distract. Now, you still get water on your hand, yeah? So, now, sometimes it can be a little bit hard, yeah? So that's where your hand going on the forehead oil can help leverage, right? Okay.
It's a lot of exercise.
Yeah, a lot of exercise, you know. So this thing, can anybody tell me what was the amount of poi the average Hawaiian ate per day, pounds-wise? It's higher than 2 pounds.
3 pounds. 10
Higher.
pounds. 2.5.
Whoa.
2.5.
Yeah. Depending on, of course, your status, if you was a poor, elite, could be whatever you wanted, but probably the average was 2 to 5 to maybe 8. Okay. You always want to keep everything nice and clean, right? Very good, very good. Okay, this stage is called what they call pa'iai. Now, pa'iai is not poi. Poi is at the ending stage where you look at like how we have to feed everybody from this portion. So we're gonna put plenty water. We don't really want to do that. Yeah, for sample. Pa'iai is a good stage because it sticks together. So if you have your tutu wahine, your grandma, she lives at Makua Valley, West Side, and we no more the bus. We just don't walk. You get this, you get the tea leaf, you wrap it, and then you go over there. But of course, the portion wasn't this small. You're talking more like 50 pounds or whatever, right? It's easy to transport than poi. That's kind of hard and loose. Yeah, you have to be really skilled in wrapping the tea leaf tight. And then you would take it over there, and they would finish it. Why? Because everybody had at least 1, 2, 3, 4 boards and stones because it was very common. This was a staple food. They ate it every day, right? So let me just take this. Jimmy,
Feel free.
come here.
Camera stand.
So this is the pa'iai, right? Stage. This is the diet version.
You don't know which side you're
Great. What's our time? I know we're probably over. Okay. Okay, so this variety is called moi. Can anybody think of anything else that's named moi? Yeah, not moi, not that moi. Like three. What else is called moi? No. Yeah, moi. To eat. That's a fish. Okay, there's a fish called moi. Yeah. I don't know if anybody have eaten that fish. That's a very wild fish. But the other attachment is mo'i. Mo'i meaning the ali'i. Only ali'is in the old days of the ruling chiefs could eat this variety, mo'i. And even the fish, right? Certain fish, certain plants were coupled. You know, so good to be the chief, yeah? Good to be the boss again. First dibs on the point, yeah? So, you had some colors that were reserved for the chiefs and some for the makai and the regular people, but you have so many varieties. So, let's backtrack when I was talking about the skin and you see how we were scraping up. Now this is kind of more of a light gray. If we scrape all the way down to the white, it would be whitish like the moi fish, yeah? That skin color or food coloring is important because let's say back in the old days of Kahiko, you had a certain ali'i and he didn't really care for moi. But maybe he liked lehua fresh. So you would scrape that and And then you would take your white one and you put it in food coloring and you like disguise it, yeah. And hope and pray when you eat it, it just be so awesome and wouldn't recognize that, hey, this is not, yeah. Maybe the hava he had was kind of heavy, you never really, whoa, I don't know. And you got away with it.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of, one of the things I want to emphasize tonight is what was said earlier. Knowledge, yeah, it's important, it's powerful. The mo'olelo, the stories in which